Hello and welcome to our first ever Murder Mystery Mood. This is a bonus episode and Halloween is coming up.
Yes.
And we thought that you might enjoy some very spooky, scary tales that are true stories. But first, booze. So,
Murder Mystery Booze.
yes, today we made a Blackberry Bramble, and this is like a simple version of it. We used 2 ounces of gin. I like Hendrick's, but you can use whatever you want. An ounce of simple syrup, which you can make by boiling sugar and water together, 50-50 of each. The juice of half a lemon, and topped it off with some ginger ale. What you're gonna wanna do is put all the gin, the simple syrup, the lemon, all your blackberries. Oh yeah, you want blackberries too. I forgot to mention. You want blackberries in the Blackberry Bramble. You muddle those up into a shaker. You shake them. You put it into a glass over ice and fill the rest up with some ginger ale and then garnish with some blackberries. And there you go. You got a Blackberry Bramble.
This is very delicious.
Cheers, ladies.
Yay, cheers.
To our first Murder Mystery Mood.
Murder Mr. Mood.
Triple M.
Or as I like to call it, drunk detective. Because when I get drunk, I think I could solve crimes. This is one that has really stuck with me. Ever since I first heard it, I have not been able to let it go. It's just like a really special one. So I'm going to tell you the way it was told to me in the beginning.
Doesn't scared.
Very scary. Since then, new evidence has come out, but this is how the story goes. So, downtown Los Angeles, there was already
here?
scary.
I used to
already
live in
scary.
downtown Los Angeles.
No.
There were hoes walking around.
Oh my God, it
One
was
name
me.
was Jess Caldwell. There was a hotel in downtown Los Angeles. There's still a hotel there.
There's a few.
Different name.
There's just
This one is called the Hotel Cecil. You heard of it?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, is this the one where they like the American Horror Story
Yes.
series was based on? I fucking love that season. And by the way,
I didn't watch that season.
It's
but
so good,
I
you have to
heard
watch
they
it.
did base a season off of this
Yes.
story.
Is this based off a true story?
This is a true story.
Oh God.
Yes. So, 21-year-old Elisa Lam, she's a Canadian
Vietnamese, let's go.
girl. She was in college in British Columbia, and she was like, you know what? I want to be spontaneous and explore different parts of the world, travel. She's never really got out of her house before, never really moved away from home. And so she got the itch to go explore, and she would write on Tumblr a lot about wanting to meet new people and adventure out. And so one day she was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to California and I'm going to tour Southern California.
Oh yeah,
and
girl.
just get my feet wet out there.
California
right?
dreaming, baby.
Yes. Yes. California dream. So she went to San Diego first. She spent some days there, had some fun. She was really feeling it.
She alone?
She was alone. Yeah. So it was
Brave
like
girl.
you, Tiff, in Bora Bora,
That's
but
me.
in San Diego. So then she took the Amtrak to Los Angeles, and she
That was her first mistake. Sorry.
I know.
Jesus.
She comes to Los Angeles, and I don't know why she decides to check into Hotel Cecil, because if you know this area of downtown, it's like right next to Skid Row. It's a very, very seedy area. And this was in 2013. So this was January 26th, 2013.
Wait, it's
Run down, dude.
I'm getting into numbers here. So January 26, 2013.
Yes.
26 divided by 2 is like 2 13s, and then 2013. There's a lot of 13s going on.
There's a lot of crazy shit like that in the story.
Sorry.
Jess.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. She likes math, everybody.
Yeah, that's so hot.
Math.
She originally checked in and was staying in like a hostel style room
Oh no.
with other roommates that she
They have
didn't
that in
know.
that hotel?
They did.
Wow.
Yeah, back in 2013. It's now called the Stay on Main, and I think they tried to do a rebrand.
Oh, they changed
no.
it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks for telling me. I will never stay there.
Right. Nope. So she was supposed to stay there for a few days. She was originally checked into a hostel style room, but then she had to be moved because her roommates complained of her having like really odd behavior. So they were kind of freaked out by her, and so they moved her to a private room. Then she
Is that all I gotta do to move to a private room? 'Cause a bitch will start talking to walls if I have to, okay?
Just stand in the corner.
So she gets moved, and then the last time anyone saw her was January 31st. She was supposed to check out on February
That's 13
1st.
backwards.
No.
Oh my God.
She didn't check out. Nobody heard from her. Her family didn't hear from her, and she had been calling her family every day for like the whole time she was away. So it was really odd that she didn't check in with them, and her cell phone's never been found.
What?
Yeah.
And these are Vietnamese parents. They will call you the moment you step out of your house to ask you where the fuck you are.
So she goes missing, right? And so her family thinks it's really weird that she's not checking in, so they file a missing persons report. And
From Canada.
From Canada, yeah.
Okay.
And then a week later, the LAPD releases a statement, and they're like, "Yo, we searched the entire hotel with canine dogs and everything. We couldn't find her. We don't know where she is."
What about CCTV footage?
Well, we'll get there. So then they ended up finding her body a week later, and this was, well, a little over a week later. It was February.
13 days later.
Maybe
2 weeks and 1 day later.
February 19th. It was 18 days after her body was reported missing. So 18 days later, it was February 19th, they found her body in a water tank on top of the roof of the hotel.
I've heard about this story.
Wait, a water tank?
In a 4 foot by 8 foot water tank.
What's the water tank's purpose?
To provide water for the hotel.
Water for the hotel. And the reason she was found, the way she was found, was because there were complaints from hotel guests that they would turn on the faucet and the water would run sludgy black for a few minutes before returning to its normal color.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, her body was
really
decomposing after only 18 days in
It
water?
was too over. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, imagine being a resident, like a hotel guest, and then finding out later you were
That it was a dead
showering
body?
and brushing your teeth with dead body water.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or
That
people who
poor
drink
girl.
out of the faucet also.
Oh. Never drink out of a hotel faucet.
Hotel guests were brushing their teeth with the water. They were also, one couple was visiting from England, and they didn't say anything about the water because they thought that was just standard for LA.
Well, you know what? I don't fault them. I get it.
Yeah, so they found her body in the water tower. She was naked with her clothes in the water, and the lid was on the water tower, which people thought was strange because she was only a 115-pound girl. She was a small person. She would have had to climb. First of all, there was no access to the roof. So the only access to the roof was either she climbs up these crazy fire escapes or she goes through this door that has an alarm on it, and you can only get through it if you have a badge that gets you through.
It's an inside job.
Alarm would get set off. Right, so maybe. But then she would have had to climb up a 10-foot ladder to get up onto the water tower. Then she would have had to remove this lid, which looked really hard to remove when the firefighters were trying to remove it to remove her body. And then she would have had to go in there with nothing. There's no footrest or any ladder to get in, and then somehow unrobe and also get the lid back over her. So people were kind of like, how
she didn't do
did that
herself.
happen?
Yeah.
So this was the footage that they released from the LAPD. This is the last time that she was seen
In the elevator.
In the elevator.
Ooh, you saw it,
I'm gonna
Tiff?
show you
Yeah.
this footage.
Ooh, I'm creeped out.
Hold on.
Here.
That's just tiny windows.
many
Okay, so
tabs.
this was the last footage. This is the footage that everybody reacts to.
And is that the same?
Why is she
she's wearing
bending
the same
over like that?
clothes? Is she wearing the
Very
same clothes that they
strange.
found her in?
Yes.
Or
Well, that were next to her. Yeah.
Did she press all the buttons?
Yeah, she pressed all the buttons.
Oh, she's on something. Oh, this is creepy.
Oh my gosh, I'm creeped out.
Oh, this is like a fucking Asian horror film. What the fuck?
I've seen this footage, but it feels brand new.
What is she doing? Why is she? Who's she hiding from?
Or something.
It's like she's playing a game, like with her friend or something, though, or like a little kid, you know?
Wait, why won't the elevator go?
Yeah, why
through?
isn't the elevator going?
Well, I'll tell you. But first, watch this.
It's still not even like trying to close in on her.
Yeah, at all.
What the fuck?
Do we know what floor this was?
She's like playing. It looks
We
like she's
don't.
playing with a kid.
Right?
Like that's how I'd play with like my niece.
She's playing
Look
peekaboo.
at the way she's stepping too. It's like very like,
Square.
yeah, like right angles. She's making right angles with her steps.
Why is this the only camera angle they have? Like, there's nothing else.
Yeah.
When I used to work at hotels, there were cameras
Multiple-
in every hallway.
Multiples.
People brought this up.
No way.
Oh, did she press the like the button?
She goes and pushes all the buttons again.
like the when you press the
elevator hold.
service one? No, like the fire one. Like it'll just stop the whole elevator.
She exited. Well, so people were first
What the fuck is she doing?
thinking it was
She's
so
doing it in a specific
A pattern?
Yeah, a specific pattern. And using both hands.
Is this a schizophrenic break?
It kind of looks like she's losing it.
So look at her hands.
Oh,
People think this
what
part's
the
really
fuck?
creepy.
What the fuck?
Wait, what just happened?
Because
to
the way her hands move, people are saying that's really unnatural, the way she's moving her hands.
Oh, this
I'm trying to
is
do
so
what she did, and I
scary.
can't. Like, how'd she do that?
And it looks like she's talking to somebody.
Honestly, a lot of people on Skid Row kind of look like this though, so it kind of
she scored some
looks
smack.
like someone. Yeah, whatever, like bath salts. Like she was down on like 8th and fucking Flower or something.
What if she was so adventurous that her hostile friends like, hey, try these drugs, and she did, and then she OD'd, and then they hid her body.
Because if she was like just on
Or the-
Skid Row, I wouldn't feel like this was not normal. But
Right?
because she's in a hotel,
Okay, and the rest of this footage is just like empty elevator.
Oh,
but
and then
Now
the
the
elevator
elevator
finally
Yeah.
closes after all that time.
that's another thing is that like people were wondering, why did you release all this extra footage of just the empty elevator? Like what purpose did that serve?
Oh well, she
Released?
pressed all the buttons, right? So it's probably just going to different
Yeah.
floors.
So people were asking like, why didn't the elevator close? And she actually in that particular hotel, because there were a lot of residents that lived there, they have a elevator hold button that once you press it, it holds the door open for 2 minutes, so that if you're moving furniture in, yeah. So that answered that question.
Okay.
Another thing that they mentioned is that she was actually bipolar, and so she was
Okay.
on 4 different medications, but she was on her medications. So in her toxicology report, she had been taking her medications, although maybe not to a T the way that they're supposed to be taken. She was still taking them in the proper amounts.
But bipolar people don't act crazy like that. It's more of like an emotional thing.
So people
They
were
don't
trying
act-
to just put a pin in it. They ruled her death an accidental death because they were like, well, she's bipolar. Look at this footage. She's acting very strange. Her roommates complained, and that's why she had to be moved. And she looks like she just had an episode, wandered up to the roof somehow, got in the water tower, and accidentally drowned. So it was ruled an
Then
accidental
how
drowning.
did she close the thingy on herself? Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. How did she just end up on the water tower? So there were a couple theories that came out right away. One was that she was on drugs or hallucinogens. Well,
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
right. So
Explain the hand.
well,
That was creepy.
when they
Drugs.
did the autopsy though, there were no reports. They did the toxicology report, and there were no drugs in her system.
But she
other
was
than
like
the meds she was
boiling
on.
in a water tower. So do you think the toxicology would be affected
Maybe.
by her body boiling in a water
It was
tower?
boiling?
I
I
mean,
don't
I
know if
imagine
it
it
was
was on the roof and it's
boiling.
metal and it's hot. The sun is beating down on
Wait,
a
it's-
metal water
it could
tower.
be very-
January.
It is January. Yeah, that's true. But
UV
the sun
rays.
and the metal and it's
UV
LA.
rays in January on a ceiling.
I forget what 2013
It's
weather
much
was like.
closer to the ozone layer.
I'm surprised, Nikki. I
mean,
thought you'd know.
I know, right?
She's in water.
13. Was that a hot year? That was the year Steve and I got together.
She was in water, so her body would be badly decomposed depending on how long it was in there. So maybe the toxic. Well, no. I mean, they're professionals. What the fuck am I doing questioning their work?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know. I thought the cops would be professionals.
But
They didn't
she
even
could have-
think about the whole like closing the lid in on her.
So how close was the elevator footage to her actual being found? It was like 20 days later.
That was the night before.
Oh,
So,
the,
not being found. This was the night before she died. So based on her autopsy, she had been sitting up there since she was missing.
Whoa.
so
well
it was
over-
24 hours?
No. So what are you talking about?
How long is it between this elevator footage and,
And when they found her body?
when they found her body?
Like from February 1st to February 19th. So 18
Yeah, so she probably could have been on drugs in this video, but just like more time went by as she was missing. Maybe she got held in a room by some creeper. The drugs left her body.
Maybe.
You know, she got kidnapped because she was on drugs. And then they came out of her system. And then so they found her. So she could have still been on drugs in this video.
I don't really know how toxicology reports work, but they were pretty confident that she wasn't on any drugs or alcohol.
Or the question.
Well,
is-
in the video, she could have been because that was 18 days prior to her actually being found.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't
Yeah.
know how it works.
part of the mystery.
Maybe Jess, you could be right.
the
Yeah.
question is, how long after this footage was she killed or died? Did she die? Do we know
This
that?
was,
that was the
the
same-
night. This was the same night.
the same night she passed away.
Yes,
Oh.
she was found in those same clothes.
Jeez.
So she was
Yeah.
in the water for 18 days.
Yes.
Jesus.
But so so a couple theories. One was that she was on drugs and had a psychotic break, but a lot of psychologists were like, well, it doesn't look like manic episode. And even if it was, that would more likely make her a target of a predator than
For her,
to just go and like climb a bunch of ladders and have super strength and remove a lid, right? So then the second theory is murder. Like maybe she was murdered by somebody. Maybe it was an inside job, like you were talking about before. People were like, "How can there be no other videos of this girl?" Like usually there's footage from the entire hotel. There were also like people were noticing that the footage seemed edited.
Really?
Yeah, like there's a minute missing from it.
Well-
And so the hotel said, well, we were trying to cut around guests that were there because we didn't want to reveal their identities.
You can blur that shit.
Yeah, but
in a whole ass minute. That's
yeah,
like a second
and why
they
didn't the
pass
LAPD
by.
like say that when they're releasing the footage? So it kind of seems like
They're hiding something.
maybe they released the footage to give people the narrative
That
that
she's
she
crazy.
Yeah,
just so they could.
So,
Stop
like they
asking
found the
questions.
crazy footage of her.
exactly.
But I bet the hotel owner or whoever security, someone's watching this footage, right? And they see this girl being weird over like the course of January, and they're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna murder this one."
maybe.
And so they only kept the footage of her being weird to release to the
What
police.
if it's a security guard? What's his backstory?
They wouldn't
So-
protect the. What if it's someone more powerful than that actually is behind this, and then he
Like
paid
the
them
owner?
off, or
I feel
or even more
feel
powerful than
Oh,
that.
like
Yeah.
some big
something
big shot LA producer.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein did it.
Yeah. Right.
Harvey Weinstein.
Oh no,
did
she's
it.
too old for him. He likes some little.
And I don't think he would go to seedy Hotel Cecil.
That's exactly where he would go.
He would have her come to him.
True.
How
True.
old is she again?
In the Beverly
21.
Hills Hotel.
Oh wow.
So the third theory, and this one's a little more sketchy, but it was ghosts. People think that maybe she got possessed. Maybe she got possessed to go climb up on the water tower and take her life. It looks like she's talking to someone. People are like, how come there's no one there? You know, it looks like she's talking to someone. And also, there's this second video, and I don't know why nobody's talking about this. I found it on some random YouTube channel, and I don't see it anywhere else on the internet, and no one else is talking about it. And I don't know if it's like a fake thing, but
Nikki, are you gonna get us killed
listen?
by making
This
this
is like
video?
the Ring. Okay.
Oh,
check
is this scary?
check out this second footage.
Is it scary? I'm scared. Is it edited?
So it's
No,
the
this is a
same
different.
clip?
She goes back in the hotel.
Oh gosh, she's so scary looking.
God,
Oh, scary.
No,
I could because I've seen so many Asian scary movies. I'm like, nope, no thanks.
that look on her face gave me chills.
Yeah. Oh no. Why? She's standing in the. Oh, she's so weird. Why is she so weird?
Oh man, that was really scary.
What's gonna happen?
I
Is
got
there a
really
jump scare?
scared.
No, there's no jump scare.
Wait, what is she doing? She put her head in
She's
her
like
arms.
has her head in her hands.
Oh. With her hair over her face, she's like the Ring girl.
Is this confirmed?
I don't know. I've only seen it on this.
Because this is
Where-
easily like
It could be like
remade.
remade.
How
Yeah.
would you remake this?
Oh my gosh,
but
look,
it's in the
she's staring
exact
at the-
same hotel. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, she's creepy.
Nikki, are you showing me the Ring video right now? She's gonna come for us in
know.
7 days
So
because
that's
I'm
why
looking
like,
away.
You know, nobody's talked about this video, but if you were to go down that ghost theory line, if you saw this video, I could maybe understand it because
Why are these black letters covering the white letters?
that's exactly how it was when they released it. It's
Okay. I'm not looking at it.
Oh
I
my
didn't
gosh.
want to look at her face because I'm already freaked out. I'm not looking at
Someone's
it.
choking her?
that's what it looks like, right? But there's no one there.
Okay, I can't even look at it. I'm already creeped out. I'm not looking.
Okay.
She's on her tippy toes, so something's like pulling her up. Okay, if she's acting like this, she
Yeah,
needs
who's
an
she acting
Oscar.
for?
She needs an Oscar. This is crazy.
That does seem more schizophrenic than bipolar, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, she's so creepy. The lighting in there is so bad. It's scary.
I know. So, I mean, that was the scariest part, but other theories were that she played the elevator game. Have you heard of the elevator
No,
game?
what is that?
So the elevator ritual, and we'll get into like a ritual episode later, but it's a game that they started playing in, I think it started in either Korea or Japan.
Oh,
I can't
geez.
remember. But basically you go into an elevator, you have to be alone, you press the buttons in a series of order.
Oh, so yeah, she's doing that for sure.
And then what happens is when you get to the 5th floor, a woman supposedly walks in and she's from another world, and you're not supposed to look at her or acknowledge her or talk to her at all. Otherwise, you get taken by her to the other world. And after it's over, you're stuck in the other world forever. And so...
Wait, so
why?
Why?
So people are... What do you mean, why? Why would people play this game?
People play this game?
Yeah, it's like Bloody
We
Mary.
don't know. Yeah, it's like Bloody Mary. It's like, why would you play this game? Some people are like, I don't think it exists, but there's a system of buttons you have to press.
That's what she was doing.
Yeah.
It definitely is what she was doing. It looks like what she was doing. It actually spurred this whole spree of people playing the elevator game
No.
after this came out.
Did a lot of people,
Okay, a girl dies. They're like, hey, let's play this game.
Yeah, they're like, I want to see if it's real.
I want to die too.
It's okay. Then the herd. It's fine.
You can get back if you do it correctly. If you don't acknowledge the woman that gets on at the 5th floor, you go to the 10th floor, which is the other world, and you can get out and explore as long as you don't acknowledge her.
We love to eat in this house, do we not?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
girl.
do we really like to put a lot of effort into cooking in this house?
No.
we lazy bitches.
Well, you know who helps with that is HelloFresh. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me post a few meals. I have actually found my new favorite. It's this pork that comes with this like cherry sauce.
Cherry balsamic.
No, it's not balsamic.
Oh.
It's a different recipe. There's a
Damn.
few similar ones, but
tried
this
to
one,
guess.
yeah, you try to guess. This one is actually
You were wrong.
You were wrong.
Yeah.
This one is like this one's like a different version of that, but this one's a little bit more updated. It has like some cinnamon and like some other flavors in it. So it's like cherry cinnamon.
It's like fall.
It's like it's like a fall version of that cherry that pork dish that we love. Anyways, I love that one. I like the spaghetti bolognese that they send because I never knew to put sour cream in the tomato sauce.
Yeah.
And some of the pasta water into the pasta sauce. Like I'm learning basic shit about cooking, which is what makes HelloFresh really cool and fun. If you guys want to try it, I think you should. I think you really should. You should go to HelloFresh.com/80BigMood and use code 80BigMood to get a total of $80 off of 5 boxes.
How many doll hairs?
That's 80 doll hairs across 5 boxes, which is like maybe your first month-ish or so, including free shipping on the first box. So go to HelloFresh.com/80BigMood and use code 80BigMood to get a total of $80 off across 5 boxes, including free shipping on your first box.
That's 16 doll hairs per box.
That's thank you for mathing.
Yeah, I love
Thank you
math.
for
I like math.
She's smart. That's quite a significant amount of doll hairs that we have going on here.
One thing I really like to do in my spare time is learn new skills.
Yeah.
I love reading. I like books. I like math. I like video tutorials.
You're a big nerd.
So I was perfect for signing up for Skillshare, and I can 100% say I love it. It has all sorts of different topics. So no matter what your interests are, you can find a Skillshare video that you can pick up skills that you are passionate about in. I can't decide which one I'm most passionate about, but I did do a productivity masterclass called Principles and Tools to Boost Your Productivity, taught by Ali Abdal, and I have been very productive after. Thank you very much. I also want to take this graphic design one because like I can mess around with Photoshop. Like I'm okay at it, but I'm not like very good at it. Where to the point where like I don't feel confident in like anything that I create to like put on something unless I'm like making fun of myself.
Yeah, we need some new merch, so get on that.
Yes, we need to get on that. So I'm gonna pick up some skills in graphic design, maybe next. And you have like actual graphic designers teaching it to you. And so people that are skilled in that area, maybe you have a skill you would like to share with others. You can also upload your videos onto Skillshare too, which is great. And Skillshare offers membership with meaning. There's so much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives. Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth, and it's incredibly affordable, especially when you compare it to like pricey in-person classes and workshops. An annual subscription is less than $10 per month.
What?
That's not very many doll hairs.
No, it's not at all. That's like free education.
Exactly. It's like, what do you like a mobile game app costs more than that.
Yeah.
but this time you're learning. So for a limited time, get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership at Skillshare.com/BigMoodGirls. Receive free access to thousands of classes for a limited time, and you can explore your creativity at Skillshare.com/BigMoodGirls and get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. Not some basic ass shit. It's a premium membership.
We only give you the premiums.
That's right. Be one of the first 1,000 to sign up at Skillshare.com/BigMoodGirls. Hurry!
Big Mood Girls.
You can get out and explore, and then you can get back to the real world by taking the same elevator and doing the same exact order of buttons, the same exact sequence, and then you're back to the real world.
You know what? This kind of reminds me of, remember when I told you guys that when I was little and that one time I couldn't get the words out and I was trying to say that I would touch tiles in the bathroom a certain
Oh no.
thing? Like in a certain sequence.
for a secret.
And I would feel like if I did it in a certain sequence, then I could go into a different place. You telling me this right now is creeping me out. I'm like, what did 3-year-old Tiff know?
What if you are in the new world? What if it's not
What
your
if this is
original
the
world?
other world?
I believe it.
Your twin's body is your body.
I
right?
believe it.
Oh shit.
Honestly, not a bad world because you have us. So it's
Yeah,
actually,
it's pretty
this is
cool
probably a
world.
blessing.
A pretty damn good world.
Yeah,
If
yeah, yeah.
you should thank
Maybe you guys are in
narrative.
my world.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
maybe you time traveled doing that, and then that's
Maybe
where
I
you are
did.
now. Okay,
I'm
so
creeped out.
we'll talk about the elevator game more in a different episode, but that is the third theory that people had. It was also crazy because people thought like she might have been possessed because this hotel in particular had a bunch of several different serial killers lived there while they were doing their killings.
Really?
Right.
Did
So
they kill in this hotel too?
yes. Yeah.
how is this hotel still standing, dude? I don't care if you change the name.
So they thought maybe she encountered the ghost of serial killer Richard Ramirez, who was
the
convicted.
Night Stalker.
Yeah, because he lived there during that time.
My
when he
dad
was
served
killing.
time with him.
Oh my gosh, really?
So my dad served time in Max with Richard Ramirez and Charles Manson.
Whoa!
Yeah.
He went to
So-
a celebrity prison.
Yeah, right. So and then like you guys have seen my dad, and I've spoken about him a lot of times. Like my dad, nothing really bothers my dad. He's a very like macho dude, like you know the life that he's had. But he told me whenever they need to transport Ramirez or Manson from like one ward to another or whatever, or any transportation whatsoever, they would actually shut down the whole prison. Everyone has to go back. You know, all the doors lock, and it's only them moving across.
I
for, like,
imagine
about-
them wheeling them out in that, like, you know, that mask that.
yeah.
What was that movie?
Hannibal
The Silence
Lecter.
of the Lambs.
Hannibal-
Yeah.
I can't.
So
Like
my
whole body fucking thing.
Mhm, just like wheeling him out,
Yeah.
like a meat slab.
Yeah.
So my dad is probably like the bravest, dopest person I know, but he said that whenever they walked past his cell, my dad would get shivers, and he still gets shivers talking about it.
They were like evil.
The
Yeah.
energy was so
he
strong.
said that when you look in their eyes, there's just it's not right.
It's
Well,
like
Richard-
black,
not
right?
Richard
Yeah,
Ramirez
black.
was also a known Satanist, and there were also known Satanists that stayed in this hotel along with him.
Yeah.
And this hotel got so famous for the amount of suicides that would happen. So many people would jump off the roof every year, or not the roof, but like out of their windows every year. That so much so that the residents started calling it the suicide hotel. And someone had died in every single room of this hotel. 600 rooms. 600 rooms.
Is this like the devil's playing ground or
Wait,
something?
say that
Yeah.
again.
Someone died in every single room. of this
Every
hotel.
single room.
Mhm. That's what the
And
general
that hotel
manager
is still
said.
standing?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
When
I don't
was
know.
the hotel
this.
built?
A long time ago. Also, it was one of the last places the Black Dahlia was seen.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Whoa, how
Yeah,
is this place still here?
I love that American Horror Story season. And
That's
now
my
it
favorite
makes,
season.
I know, me too, because of Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite.
Killed
I was her for Halloween a couple years ago. Anyways,
So ultimately, her death was ruled an accidental drowning.
that's bullshit. Bullshit.
Right?
Whoever's
and the
in
family,
charge of that hotel, I'm putting this on them.
they were pissed. The family was
No.
They sued them. They filed a lawsuit. They're like, this was not an accidental thing, but it got ruled out of court. Like they lost. So right currently, her death is still ruled an accidental drowning.
Who was the Who were involved?
Right? Who? What are you?
Okay.
Who? Now, I love that part of the movie.
If you are already creeped out, there are even creepier coincidences surrounding this case.
Okay.
One being that in 2002, so remember this happened in 2013. Well, in 2002, a Japanese horror movie came out.
What is up with these Asians?
I know, right? Called Dark Water. And in it, the daughter's name is Cecil. Cecilia. Very close to the Cecil, Hotel Cecil. Right? So that's a coincidence. And then in the movie, they end up staying at this apartment
My aunt's
building.
name is Cecilia.
That's
Disown her.
cool.
Kill her.
Very cool.
Disown her.
She might be connected to
Throw
this.
some holy water on that bitch.
You know,
So-
a random fact: the Chinese people rarely name their kids Cecilia because Cecilia means die.
Ooh.
Cecilia. Oh, sorry. Shit. Fast. Sorry, my bad.
Two very different things.
Yeah, sorry. They're terrible.
Yeah, way off, but also
Shit is
very
coming.
bad. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
that's not the
it's
weirdest part. Okay, so in the movie, the daughter's name is Cecilia, and in the movie, they stay at this apartment building where a murder happens, where the victim is found in a water tower on top of the building.
What?
And the way that she's found is because people complained of the water coming out black.
Same
Whoever-
way?
So
Whoever killed this girl loved that movie.
11 years later,
It was
the thing
remade
happened.
in 2005. The American version was remade in 2005. And not only is the daughter named Cecilia, but the mother's name is Dahlia,
What?
Excuse me.
right? And let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you a screen cap from the original movie.
Show me, girl. I moved the
If it's an elevator scene, I'm gonna lose my shit because that means there's someone out there that's planning
Yeah.
all this and he's still getting away with it.
No way.
Okay.
She's wearing the same outfit.
She's wearing the same outfit.
Maybe she was obsessed with
Bitch.
this movie and she wanted to die that way.
Yeah.
And she wanted to go down
But
in
then
history.
who helped
Someone.
her kill herself then?
Maybe she's really good at
She
it.
could have gotten in there, I guess. But like for her to like
Why
die
did she
the
plan
same
her
way,
this whole trip? And she was
because she wanted to die in L.A. at this fucking hotel, this famous hotel.
Do we
You
know-
think she took her life?
Maybe now I do, because if it's exactly like all like this movie, she's wearing the same clothes, she's acting crazy, she's doing the fucking Asian fucking ritual that everyone knows about.
elevator
Apparently,
thing?
Maybe she wanted to die famous.
yeah,
Those people are crazy.
Like the Black Doll, like like the Black Dahlia's name is like
Yeah.
everyone knows about her, right? Because she like died in L.A. like in a super weird way.
She just wants to be infamous.
She's definitely famous now.
Yeah. So maybe she
Do we
accomplished
know if she had anything else planned for the rest of her
She definitely
trip?
did. She was going to tour all of Southern California. And she had a Tumblr listing things. But let's get into more coincidences because this gets kind of nuts. So around the time of Elisa's
So glad
death,
that we're all sleeping together tonight because I'm
Right?
terrified already. And we still have to film 2 more of these.
I'm not terrified because I
also-
feel like she did it.
Also, in the movie, there are different scenes involving the characters that the footage is surveillance footage from the elevator. That's the scenes
Okay, yes.
in the movie.
Whatever it is, it's
And it
involved
looks
with
the,
this movie.
It's the same angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie's involved.
So either
she's obsessed with the
So
movie.
either she's obsessed or whoever killed her is obsessed with that movie and they're reenacting each scene.
But her acting all crazy in the elevator herself, it's almost like she knew they were gonna find the footage and she wanted it to be weird.
How would she know that that's how they were going to
Yeah.
show it with the
she
elevator
looked directly
footage?
at the camera too.
She looked at the camera. She's like, "When I'm dead, they're gonna look through all the surveillance footage and they're gonna release it."
If that second video is real, because that's not the one everyone talks about. Everyone talks about that first
Yeah.
video. I've never even seen that second video until I was doing like crazy research into this. So I go back and forth. But let's go into another coincidence that happened. So during the time of her death, there was the largest outbreak of tuberculosis in over a decade in Los Angeles.
Trying to buy
Really? I don't remember.
TB?
I gave her a pass. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So that's not the coincidence. That's not a coincidence. So the weird thing is it affected thousands of people in downtown LA, close to the Cecil Hotel, right
Skid
there.
Row, though.
And the medical examiners tested Elisa for the disease by performing a test called Lam Elisa, literally spelled like her name.
name.
It's an acronym for this crazy medical term,
TB
like
test?
liporabinomanin. I'm gonna put it on the screen, but it
Sound it out. Just kidding.
enzyme
Just
linked
don't bother.
immunosorbent assay. Basically, it's an acronym that spells out Lam Elisa. Exactly how she
her
spells
name too? Like Elisa's part of the
Yes.
What?
Yeah, the second part is enzyme linked immunoabsorbent assay.
Weird.
So it spells out Elisa. And it's developed by scientists at the University of British Columbia, the same university that she attended. Weird, right?
Is her name really
There's
that?
a glitch in
Is
the
her name really
Yeah, it's really that.
This is something deeper. Like the powers that be, like they set this whole entire thing up. I swear, there's some fucking Illuminati shit going on.
Okay, here's a third coincidence that's
Don't
really
tell me no
eerie.
more, I'm scared.
Okay, when the firefighters removed Elisa's body from the rooftop, the pictures showed graffiti on the rooftop. There was pictures and there was graffiti on the rooftop, and included the Latin phrase "fecto cunt her summa," which translates.
You call me a cunt,
I know.
bitch? I'm a perfect
it's Latin. It's a Latin phrase that translates to, "In fact, she was a cunt. It's the best pussy." And
That's got nothing to do with this.
no, listen. So
So in Latin, the word cunt is still.
I guess they didn't have the word cunt.
on February 1st, the date of her disappearance, she posted this on her Tumblr account. Quote, "Cunt again. It's odd how men use that word to demean women when it was the only part of a woman they valued."
What?
She did this herself, dude.
She did it.
She
She
did it.
did the. Wait, do they know who did the graffiti though?
No.
She did it.
And they're like, how did that person have access to the rooftop?
Yeah.
No, she did it while she was up there. That bitch was up there for 20 days.
Don't call her that. She's a
That
victim.
girl, I'm sorry, that girl
was up there.
was up there for 20 days.
Just
probably
upset
playing
because
around.
She thinks that
She was up there smoking weed. She was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna die like a famous ass bitch." She was doing graffiti. No one was gonna find her up there.
I don't know. Okay, here's the last quote.
Did they do a half-life radiation test on that paint to see how old it was?
I don't know. I don't think they examined the paint.
They
but
should've.
I should have handwriting and
let's
everything.
listen
Did it herself,
to all
did
the
it herself.
evidence
We should be
first
the
before
detective.
we
The
get
Drink was very strong, Nikki.
I'm
Before we
ordering
form a harsh
I'm
judgment.
ordering a test on the graffiti.
Okay, please do. I'm sure a lot of people out there would like that. Okay, this coincidence is freaking weird too. So before she died, she was last seen, like one of the last people that talked to her was a manager at a bookstore that she bought books from, and the manager
Was it the one downtown, the really cute one?
Yeah, it's
Oh, the one
called,
with the circle thingy.
What is it?
it's called the last
bookstore.
Yes, that-
I love that. She was there.
She was there. She bought some gifts
for her
for her
stuff.
family. She bought some albums. She bought some books, and she was talking to the manager, and she was like kind of asking for recommendations. And the manager described her as being bright and bubbly,
How
and
does he remember her
She-
after meeting so many people? Because that bookstore is famous. Like, there's so many
there's a
people
lot
that
of
go in
people
and
that
out of
go in.
that.
yeah. Well, and there was another person she talked to in there that described her as being really friendly, but he kind of got creeped out by how much she was sharing. She was kind of eager to talk to people.
She wanted to be remembered.
Maybe. But get this. So that was one of the last places she was seen. One, it's called the Last Bookstore. Pretty weird.
Yeah.
Two, someone looked up who is the registrar for the domain name that they're registered under, and it's registered to a PO box that is located in this small, hold on. The registrant management company that manages their website has their PO box listed in Burnaby, which is a suburb in Vancouver where Elisa lived. And if you look on Google Maps, it's located within the Forest Lawn Cemetery where Elisa is buried currently.
Whoa!
Wait, say that
PO
again?
box is
So
located.
the PO
in
box
the
is
cemetery?
located in the cemetery.
Huh?
If you look on Google Maps, you type in that address.
Stop giving me chills.
Wait, the domain name to the last bookstore's website.
The registrant management company that manages their website
Why would they have
their
a map?
address is located in
Forest
this
Lawn?
tiny suburb in Vancouver, Canada, inside the cemetery where she's buried.
Wait,
Have
so
they
Forest
questioned-
Lawn is like it's a chain of cemeteries.
I
And
know we
there's
have a
one-
Forest
maybe.
Lawn
I
here.
know.
There's one in
There's
Canada.
one in like
Oh.
Burbank too, I think.
Have they questioned these? Like, why do you have your PO box in a cemetery?
Right?
And
Oh
it's
my
in-
god! What if her whole existence was for this? Like her parents and everything, there she was born to fulfill this, and it started from she was
prophecy.
Maybe
yeah,
the
some sort of weird
bipolarness, like
prophecy.
she was feeling messages and she was kind of guided here or something. I don't know. I don't
believe
know.
it. I believe it.
Okay. Here's some new evidence that was uncovered that
Ooh,
I feel
new
like
evidence.
changes the story a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so according to The person that found her originally, his name was Santiago Lopez. And according to...
He's a hotel worker?
He's a hotel worker.
Okay.
He's head of maintenance at the hotel. He's worked there for a long time.
Hard worker.
We love Santiago. We love him.
Yeah, his
Hard worker.
his sworn testimony is that the alarm on the rooftop was working, but according to the hotel GM, Amy Price, the alarm was not activated between January and February, which contradicts the hotel's original statement that the rooftop wasn't accessible. So they're saying anybody could have gone up there.
How did they know that it wasn't working?
That's what the hotel manager said.
So she just
GM.
knew that they had turned off their alarm.
Yeah, during that time. But
For what reason?
Like, why was the alarm off? We don't know.
We don't know.
That's
Yeah, I don't know.
suspect.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
Which would have helped the family maybe win their wrongful death lawsuit because they didn't protect the roof from
Yeah, why
people
is this
going
new
up there.
information, Santiago?
Right. Well, no, Santiago's testimony is that the rooftop was working.
We love Santiago.
And then Amy
Oh,
Price
okay.
later says, no, it wasn't working.
Wait, what the fuck, Amy Price?
Yeah.
What the fuck, Amy Price?
Then a YouTuber actually went to LA and filmed himself going to the Cecil Hotel and records his steps to access the rooftop and was able to get there no problem. The alarm didn't go off or anything.
So they just like never have the alarm on.
Maybe not.
They're full of shit and they just say they have an alarm.
So I'm going back to what the fuck, Santiago?
And then when Santiago gave his testimony,
True.
he said the lid was open, meaning like maybe she could have fallen in. And
But the firefighters-
But then when Andrew Smith, one of the first officers on the scene, was talking about it, he said the lid was closed. But
Oh,
how could she close it on
Santiago.
herself after climbing into the tank with no footrest?
Oh.
Ooh, Santiago.
Right?
Wait, but or the cop
Okay,
flying.
then shortly after Santiago gave his sworn testimony, he was paid a large sum of money to move from LA to Mexico. The source is his half-brother, Domique Lopez, who didn't know that he left town until much later.
He's like, that motherfucker didn't give me any money.
And this is a guy that his whole livelihood has been here. He's been working here for 30 years.
Yeah,
He's
why
been
would he
working here-
leave?
And then all of a sudden his brother paid him to move?
No, the brother didn't pay him. He was paid out a large, we don't know.
we don't know.
But his
by
brother,
who.
his brother was like, that
don't
bitch got
know.
money and skipped town.
He was paid a large sum of money to move to Mexico.
If Santiago was paid to move away, let's
Hush
say
money.
he was in on it, right? Why would he lie and say that the lid was open when the cops got there? It was closed.
So it helps the case that there's not a wrongful death lawsuit because it was open, meaning she fell in there or went in there on her own.
So my question is, let's say you're gonna go with the fact that it was open. Why wouldn't you leave it open? Why would it be closed when people get there?
I don't know. Maybe they told him to say that later. Like maybe they were like, "Hey, whatever you saw, say this instead." You know? We don't know.
Yeah, if
What part of
someone's
Mexico is he
if someone's telling someone to change the story, obviously the first cop at the scene would be like, "Oh no, it was closed." He's like reporting shit in or writing stuff on his notes,
Yeah.
but then once the cover up story comes in, it's like too late and like we heard one thing.
Yeah. There's more payout allegations too. So the day after Elisa's body was found, the hotel closed a large deal with CBRE, which is one of the largest real estate firms in the world.
I recognize that logo. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some wondered if maybe that was the reason they delayed in finding her body because they didn't want to ruin the deal.
Oh.
Yeah. And then there's this there's an investigative journalist who wrote a book. His name is Jake Anderson, and he wrote a book called Gone at Midnight. And he was basically obsessed with this case when it first came out because it's like there were so many unanswered questions. A lot of people were just really like, there's so much that wasn't revealed. So he spent a lot of time at the Cecil Hotel. He interviewed tons of employees, people that lived there, residents, people who live around the area, like just spent a lot of time there digging and interviewing police officers and deputies, anyone that was involved in the case. And he basically had people reach out to him, and there was this one girl named Tanya Danielle who was a hotel guest, and she said that she was assigned to a room on a floor that nobody was on, and a hotel employee offered to give her a tour of the hotel, and that he was like a level 10 creepiness factor. There's also different residents that stay there, female residents that want to remain anonymous, that have said that hotel employees, including maintenance members, have been known to take the master hotel key and enter rooms of women that were staying there alone and have sexually assaulted and raped women there.
No way.
And people have stayed quiet because a lot of people that were staying there, like they were either, it's a weird part of town, so they were kind of like hiding from places. They didn't want to be found, so they didn't say anything. A lot of residents were scared of losing their homes rooms. So, but it was like a known fact around the building that was happening.
I told you, whoever's behind this hotel is responsible for this.
Someone in the hotel.
Yeah.
But then there's too many coincidences with that movie.
Right. So, also in 2015, one of the detectives that was working on the case disclosed that there was actually a second video that they never showed the public.
Oh, is it the one you got?
No.
Oh.
It's a
there's
video.
another one?
Yeah, of her entering the hotel with two men with her. And one of the men gives her a box. And that's all that's told in this
I bet
video.
she gave him some box. I'm kidding.
Maybe.
Sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I gave her permission. It's okay.
She has a pass.
She has a pass. God,
also-
just we're running out of passes. Just please help me out here.
I'm going to show you one more video because people were, one YouTuber named Cody Fry pointed out that it seems to be sped up. It seems to be slowed down, the footage that they released. So he actually sped it up and it looks like much more natural movements.
Oh.
So this is the one that he thinks is in
that-
natural time.
He thinks the hotel slowed it down?
Yeah. To make her look a little bit more crazy
Frantic?
and like her movements.
She still looks.
She does, but she looks a little bit more playful rather than slow
Yeah,
moving.
I still feel like it looks like she's playing with a little kid.
Yeah, like she kind of smiles or she looks
Like
like
if
she's
there
smiling
happens
in
to
the
be like
corner.
a kid that's like staying in the hotel.
Really annoyed that this hotel didn't have other CCTV like cameras.
Or they didn't release it.
Yeah.
Like what the why?
Yeah, she does look like she's being kind of playful. Mm-hmm. And there's a whole video, if you're interested, there's a video interviewing a body language expert, and she says that all during this part, it seems like she's expecting somebody or she's kind of like in a flirtatious mood, and she's even doing her hair. There's a mirror right here, and she's reaching up, and she's like, I think she's doing her hair or messing with her hair right here. But everything's like kind of natural. She's kind of like in a good mood, whereas here she looks like drunk or like on something, right?
But it's
doing that
still
elevator
like
game.
she's still doing some weird shit though.
The body language expert believes that because she accidentally pressed a button here that held the hotel door, she did it again because she's still waiting for that person. And she is bipolar, but she's kind of like going over what she might say to this person. She's like kind of,
Why should do that with her hand?
right? She's kind of going over like, first I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to say this.
yeah, she is
and then
doing that.
and that'd be so exciting. They'll like that. This is what the body language expert says.
I don't
None of it
feel
is
like
verified.
I don't feel like bipolar people are like that though.
Well,
I don't know.
the video that I watched with this particular expert says she's worked a lot on cases with people that have mental disorders, and so
Specifically with bipolar?
yeah, but I didn't research like exactly what
Yeah.
cases she's worked on. She's just worked on
The
a lot.
timestamp thing does freak me out because it looks
Yeah.
like the hotel superimposed over it so that they
Yes.
could hide the editing of the
Yes.
timing. Somehow we've lost seconds, but they can still kind of see through it.
You can see where the minute hands and second hands are, and then they show like this. You saw the rest. A lot of people are saying that they only released that video to make her look.
Yeah, because
Crazy.
there's no other footage of her looking normal throughout the rest of the hotel.
Santiago is in on that.
You don't
Japanese
you don't
movie.
like Santiago? No.
I would say that the hotel.
He's the one that's a fan of the movie.
Another inconsistency is there were independent coroners that didn't really buy the whole original autopsy story, that there was no damage done to her body, there were no bruises or anything, and so they did independent autopsies, and they found not only did the coroner's office not test for date rape, drugs, and didn't do a rape kit or anything like that, there also wasn't any water in her lungs, and she was found
What?
face
Oh.
up instead of face down, like most people that drown
Yeah.
are found face down.
She was just like dead and then thrown in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
So
like.
she didn't actually take in any water.
Yeah, they say it's much more likely that somebody suffocated her and then put her body in there and threw her clothes in, which makes a lot more sense.
Okay, well then I take it back that she did it herself then.
Yeah, that's where I kind of turned to. And also there were the reports, because originally they said there was no foul play, but then on the independent coroners or independent autopsy reports, they noted that there was some anal damage. Yeah. And
Oh my god, all these things. Okay, so like the American Horror Story season, like there's like little monsters that do a lot of these things, and there was like a monster that like anal rapes the guest. You remember that one?
Yeah, I remember.
Ooh, creepy.
And then 2017, the Ninth Circuit actually revived the lawsuit for a falsified autopsy because the chief medical examiner that originally did this autopsy was sued in court and charged with falsifying an autopsy on another autopsy. So he has
They know
been
who to
charged
call.
with falsifying an autopsy.
They know who to call to
They
give
have all
a
these
fake ass
people in their
autopsy.
pockets.
Yeah.
Ooh, all of LA is fucked up like that.
Yeah.
If you have enough money, you can have
Yeah.
anything done.
So I think that's all of the things that I had to say about that I've found about this. The guy that wrote the book, that investigative journalist, he also interviewed the deputy coroner for this case, and he asked the detective what he thinks happened, and the detective said that he personally thinks she went on the roof with an employee of the hotel.
Santiago.
I'm telling you, it's Santiago.
But why wouldn't they just like pin it on him and throw him in jail? That'd be a much better story.
That's true.
He's so easy to like throw under the bus. Why would they send him away?
Maybe the hotel owners don't want yet another mark on their business, and then they're gonna lose money.
Yeah, and
That's why they paid
they
him?
were doing
Maybe
that
they
big
paid him.
hotel deal, you know,
Yeah.
and who knows how much that was worth. And they didn't want it to be like to ruin the deal. That there was this murder or something happening.
Among the other 500 murders that were there.
Yeah,
I know, like as long as
501.
there's 10,000 other ones. Who
It was
cares
a
about
fresh
that one?
And I think they wanted to rebrand it as a place for young people to stay.
Oh yeah,
No
definitely
way.
not.
Yeah.
You guys down to stay a night?
No.
It's gonna be an absolutely no.
I'm like, no way, you guys.
The
down.
energy. I mean, honestly, like if anybody wants to like riot in LA again, can we just burn that place?
that one
I'm
down.
kidding. I'm kidding. Don't sue me, hotel.
Well, imagine that hotel is covered with some protection of dark magic, and
I
you try
know,
to
like you throw
Molotov,
fire, but it does
does
nothing.
nothing.
It won't burn down. It's like a portal to hell.
I mean, there has been a lot of Satanists that have done
There's-
rituals and stayed there, and
In the series, they get
ghosts.
stuck there. They're all dead and they're all stuck there.
It's like
Yeah,
Hotel
the
California.
series.
Yeah.
spoilers if you wanted to watch that.
Oh my god, it's like Hotel. Is that the hotel in California?
Yeah.
Hotel California.
Oh my god,
no,
Eagles.
Hotel
But you
California's
can
not that-
never leave.
Yeah.
They're not evil in that one though. They're just sad.
Oh, they're just sad. Okay.
Oh,
Wait, which one?
I would be
The Hotel
The song.
California song.
No, but you don't know. They could be evil.
You think they are?
They're singing about something.
Maybe
that they
you're
like.
just tricked into thinking that it's nice. It's fine. Yeah.
The old hotels are like the creepiest. Like that's my favorite.
They really are.
Why?
I mean, I don't like it, but like those are my favorite stories.
Oh, okay.
Like the old timey like 1920s vibe with the hotels and the ghosts. Ugh.
Isn't this the same hotel that I don't know how true the story is, but I remember reading something about this one hotel that was built by some mega rich guy in I don't know what year, like 1920s, maybe even like late 1800s or something like that, and he would build this hotel in a certain way where it was kind of like a torture chamber for all his victims, and there would be like secret passages no one knew about, and there'd be like special chutes for bodies so they could get dumped. And I heard that was the hotel that was based around what is it?
The American Horror Story?
Thank you.
I think it's this one. It's the Hotel Cecil. That's a different one. I know several years ago in Vegas, there was a haunted house that was built by Eli Roth. In Vegas, he did a haunted house based off of that hotel that you're talking about. So I think those are two different hotels.
Okay.
But yeah, like the crazy guy that would
Yeah.
like do all this weird shit, and he had all these like different like trap ways to
Yeah.
get around the hotel rooms and
He
stuff.
was just like this crazy serial killer
Yeah.
that was like mega rich, and he could get away with it because he had the money to get away with it.
Maybe
He
it
would
is
just
the
kill
same
people.
hotel. I'm wondering. I don't know.
heard about that.
It gets all
Very
mixed
old.
together.
Well, I think that those two guys in that video that was disclosed years later, I think one of them had something to do with it. And whether they were hotel workers or possibly
Handlers.
someone like very important.
Like an Epstein.
Yeah, like something like that. Like Gina was saying earlier, someone powerful or someone powerful's kid or someone related to them or like something where they like knew they could get away with stuff. And maybe they were watching her throughout the whole time she was staying there. They knew she'd been separated to a different room. I also didn't hear anything else from those roommates that that said she had odd behavior. There's no interviews with them or anything.
Why not?
And I'm wondering if like maybe they just made up that her roommates complained about her to get her into a private room. Because no one ever, like, you'd think after this, the roommates would be like, no, you don't understand, guys. She was acting crazy or something like that. But they didn't ever speak again.
Well, they probably got paid off too, just like Santiago.
Maybe. I don't know. But then, yeah, so maybe they were handlers. And in the box, I think they handed her that outfit. I think they were obsessed with that movie. And they wanted it to be just like that.
I wonder if her parents would recognize me. Like, she's never had that outfit. She's never had a skirt that color.
I know.
It's true.
There's just so many coincidences there where it's like, how is that not based on that movie?
Yeah, maybe this is like some sick, twisted like fantasy they had over this movie.
Right? And I think they just preyed on the right person who had a mental condition, mental health disorder. And she also was in a spirit of like wanting to meet new people, like very eager to meet new people and, talking to everybody and like kind of opening up too much. And so
She's naive still.
Exactly. It like showed her as being an easy target.
What
for
if
them.
they discovered her from her previous look? Like, what if there's this underground network of hotel workers who prey on people, and then they hit up those people and like, hey,
I got one for you.
perfect.
Could
one.
be.
Yeah. Or like, but that doesn't explain the hotel address at the cemetery she's buried at.
I know that stuff I don't even have an answer for.
Yeah, that's
I'm
weird.
like, that's just crazy.
No, that's the
weird.
bookstore's website.
Yeah. The last place she was seen. It's also called the Last
the
Bookstore.
Last
That's so
They're in on it too.
creepy. How could
Hotel
you
and
plan
the owner.
that? And then, then if this was a cover up, like people in the LAPD had to be paid off, but there's corruption there. And in fact, I think I was reading that it was some members of the LAPD who think that this case got corrupted, and they actually went and got the independent autopsies. So there might be like some split inside the LAPD
Oh,
itself.
for sure there is.
And that area has kind of been known to like have a relationship with the LAPD. So, there's a lot of strange things there. Powerful people are downtown in LA. I don't know.
I don't like that it was so recent. I like all the scary stories to be like from
Really old.
1950 and prior.
Like, there's no way that could
Yeah.
be. But in this case, it's like that could have easily.
Yeah, we were alive during this.
Yeah,
It's super creepy.
so scary.
I
And can
can't.
you imagine like at 21 years old, like I don't know, you're just so naive. You're like, I'm grown. Like, I'm just exploring. I'm an adult.
God, if this was like my first trip out, being an adult and everything, I would be so pissed.
Yeah.
You as a ghost now?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a ghost in the hotel. Like, this is fucked up, guys. I just got
I
here.
didn't even get to see anything
I
in the
know.
world.
Who paid my bill?
I just think it's so sad for like the family. They never
Yeah.
got any like justice from it. It's like,
And they have no power against these people.
no.
Like there's nothing you can really do. And this was before like petitions and GoFundMe and like the pressure of social media to actually take action on crimes like this. So they didn't really have that power behind them either. And even if they did, it seems like whoever's behind this is way stronger than they can ever deal with.
I think so. I mean, there's definitely a resurgence, like that guy that wrote the book that just recently came out like a year or two ago. And so there's people that are very unsatisfied with the results of this case and want it reopened. And that's why all this new evidence has been coming out. But the only way for it to get reopened is if someone related to her reopens the case. So
Really?
it would have to be her family reopening the case. Yeah.
They're probably too scared to.
I know.
Yeah, there's probably something.
Or
they
or they closed a deal or
We
something.
know for sure that was her body.
I mean,
Because if we're saying the hotel guests were getting like black stuff in their water, how badly was she decomposed?
the teeth would still be there. So maybe they can do like dental records
DNA and
or any
or it
surgeries or
blocked
metal
a-
thing.
blocked a pipe or something. I don't know.
I'm like, what is this black sludge?
It could
coming out of
also
the-
be
her
like,
body.
what if they falsified the reports of the complaints?
There's no telling how deep this went to cover everything up.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm
What
firmly on
exactly
the
are
side
they
that it's a
covering?
cover up now. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people,
Yeah.
when this first came out, they were firmly on the side of like, she had a manic episode and she slipped in there.
Yeah.
But then all this new stuff came out and people were like, oh, wait.
If I was a murderer and I got footage of a girl like playing, like maybe there was her neighbor had a kid with them or something, and she was like playing in the hallway with the little kid, jumping in and out of the elevator, and then I'm like, oh, this footage is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
And then so now you have a perfect target with a perfect story.
And they
she's crazy,
did
guys.
everything they could to cut out whoever else was in that video.
Yeah.
Like there's missing timestamps.
There's a lot of missing footage.
A lot of
It
shit
just
that's unexplained.
And the lack of cameras, like when I used to work at a hotel, my front desk people would literally be able to tell which room I went to in every room.
Yeah.
So
Every
many
Hallway
cameras.
cameras.
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is there only just one camera that we get to see?
Exactly.
She was there for 2 weeks, right, before she died.
She was there from January 26th to February 1st. So
Okay, 1 week. Okay,
And
I
there
thought the
wasn't any-
13th.
There wasn't any like record of her checking out, so shouldn't they have like checked her bedroom,
Yeah, where's her luggage?
her stuff? They should have reported
Who
it.
was paying for the room?
Oh, right.
I don't know if she was or her parents were, but they didn't say. But yeah.
This is why I'm so scared of traveling on my own, dude. That's
Yeah, I don't want to
hate-
go anywhere by myself.
Yeah, except
Me
for I could do
neither.
Japan by my own, but even then, it's like traveling while women suck.
Yeah.
I know. That's why when
Yeah.
I was trying to do my solo trip, I'm like,
It's a little scary. You could have
Yeah.
gotten
where can I
stolen.
go that is like least likely for me to get killed.
Because I would traffic me. I would traffic all of you guys.
Thank
You guys are trafficable. Yeah.
Thank you.
I thought
I would make good money
thought I
off of
was
you.
too old to be trapped.
No.
Too old
No,
to
no.
be traveling.
Okay.
You ladies would make me some goddamn money.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary as shit. I really wouldn't. But I think back then I probably would. Like at 21, I'm like, oh, that sounds fun, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, I almost went to New York by myself and I was 22, I think.
Yeah, it just sounds fun. It's like, oh, it's an adventure.
I'm an adult now.
Then later you're like, you've learned too much of what happens in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially going to these creepy fucking seedy hotels like Hotel Cecil or whatever the fuck. Ugh, never.
you would
I will
pick that
never stay in a hotel like that.
Maybe
I'm
she didn't read
curious.
the reviews.
I'm kind of curious to look up that hotel, what it looks like now.
I
You think they
know.
upgraded
You
it?
want to go drive by it?
You can go to the lobby. You
Oh
down
God,
to the lobby?
no!
Go
We're
inside?
gonna get spotted,
I'm gonna go for-
targeted.
Honestly,
I'm
I don't
good.
want to go inside even.
Yeah.
I feel like once you cross that door, you go inside it,
Your
you're like
soul's open to be
implanted with like some negative energy.
Yeah, I'm good.
After
yeah.
hundreds of people dying in there, no thanks.
I mean, hundreds of
getting
people
possessed.
die everywhere. Like
I know.
multiple
But
places.
by taking their own lives?
There's something.
well, I
on
think
there.
actually in
Hundreds of
Vegas, a lot of
suicides.
people suicide in Vegas.
Yeah.
yeah, like we
Kids
could
keep
have
losing
easily.
money.
There's probably some
there was-
really good fucking murder mystery fucking shit in Vegas.
Definitely.
No, isn't there some statistic about like there's like this much probability that you have stayed in a room in Vegas after
Where
someone
someone's-
has just died?
All right.
Like right before. Yeah, I think it's probably a pretty high percentage.
That's
Probably like a
over
10 to 20% percentage if
There's
you've been there
that-
more than 10 times.
There's that Hollywood hotel where my hairstylist on the bottom floor, he used to so he had a hairstylist, or I'm sorry, a salon on the bottom floor. It's like an old hotel on Melrose. And do you remember that medium guy that speaks to the dead and whatever? That I told you guys about, the
Yeah.
one that did my reading, and I
Oh.
cried. One time he was doing a reading on the bottom floor where the salon is, and he was doing a reading for this person. He's like, and then all of a sudden he's like, he stopped talking. He goes, "Do you know a woman that passed away?" And then the one he was reading for, his customer, was like, "No, I don't have any women that passed away in my family." He goes, "There's this woman standing here. She won't let go of her throat. Like she can't speak, but she keeps holding her throat." And his client was like, "No, I don't know anyone." And then all of a sudden the hotel owner comes downstairs to the salon who's like, "Hey, just want to give you guys a heads up. The cops are coming. We found a woman hanging right above, like on the floor above you."
Whoa!
So her spirit was there.
Whoa.
Yeah, Hollywood is, I mean, LA is haunted as shit.
Dude, LA's so haunted.
I'm
That's
not leaving
why
my house ever again.
That's why
Yeah.
honestly, like my hotel that my apartment complex that I'm in now is like pretty old, and I feel like it's in an area where a lot of child actors were in, and there were some people on our neighborhood app that were like posting stories of like some pedogate shit from the apartment complex that I live in.
No
I'm
way.
moving out now. I'm moving to another city in a completely brand new constructed building because I don't want the energy of that.
That's crazy.
Don't stay in old places in LA. It's great.
It's funny because where a lot of Hollywood things have happened.
hello?
Like, a lot of Hollywood actors or anything
Are
like
we
that.
now?
This is not
This
a
is
Hollywood.
Culver
This
City.
is not a
It's
Hollywood.
Culver City.
Yeah.
Culver City's close enough.
It's so funny because it makes me think like the ghosts are like, "No, this place is too bougie.
They're
I
like-
don't want to be here."
Not Culver City.
The floor's on crickety. I don't want it.
Are really
Not enough
close.
Satan
The
rituals.
floors are creaky in this place though.
They are. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed
No, don't leave
this
me. Don't leave me.
episode of Murder Mystery Mood. If you like this, let us know in the comments if you would like to see more. We were kind of just thinking it's like Halloween time, like we should
Yeah,
do
we're gonna
spooky
do a couple
stuff. But if you
stories.
like hearing the stories, if you like this format, let us know. Maybe we'll do some more. And make sure you
leave your theories down below. Tell us what you think.
Theories.
Yeah, well, tell us.
Yeah,
what
if
you
you
think.
found a better like website with all better theories, let us know.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm invested.
Let us know if you made this drink and if you like it as much as I
Oh
do.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it. But then I started feeling that like the blackberries were kind of like her body. That
All right.
Jessica.
We're done.
Man.
Well, I did pick these drinks for a reason.
Yeah, you made it look like bloody.
No, I didn't.
Good call. It's a good call.
It's like blackberry, black sludgy water.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
dig it.
I'm gonna eat her.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Take a